Welcome to the Core Experience, your connection to community, business, and the people who make it all happen with your host, Brandon Suba.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Core Experience. This is episode, I think we're at 4 and 5 as we're getting season 2 back up and running. It has been a while. It was 2020 was the last time that the Core Experience came out, and I came back to revive it. So happy to have you both here today. For all of the listeners today, my name is Brandon Suba. I am executive. Oh, no, wait. Okay, my title's too long. Professional executive relationship manager at Core Bank. That's the title I get, but I am also the voice here on the Core Experience. And today I'm very excited. I have 2 guests. And if you would like to see the 2 guests, please remember we push this out on YouTube also. So you can go to the Core Bank YouTube page and actually see who the guests are. But if you're just listening, you'll get to hear 2 voices today. And well, on top of mine, I guess, so 3 total is what we're going to have today. But I have Katie Fourney with Share Omaha. And then I have Missy Kinzie, with YMCA, Executive Director with YMCA. Fantastic. Excellent. So let's talk a little bit about what you guys do kind of day in and day out, and then we will dig in on our topic today. So Katie, tell us a little bit about you and Share Omaha.
So I am the marketing communications manager at Share Omaha. So it is my job to get the word out about the service that we offer to the community. So Share Omaha, we primarily run shareomaha.org. Hop over. The instant you get on the site, you'll understand what we do. Our role is to connect volunteers and donors, to give their time, to give their items, to give their money to causes that they care about. Maybe they don't know how they want to give back in the community. The role of Share Omaha is to make it really easy to connect to what you care about in the community and find a way to do good for those causes that you care about.
It's funny you say that. My wife one year wanted the whole family to go ring bells during the Christmas season, and we couldn't. They were all sold out.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's an uncommon thing where people want to give back and be part, but they can't because maybe that one avenue they went was taken. So Phenomenal concept that you have.
Right. And it is so common that you'll come on the website, search for a cause or an area of impact that you care about, and find an organization that you weren't aware of. You're going to see the work that they're doing in the community. Hopefully you get connected. Maybe you'll want to try out a volunteer experience or send an item that they need and see if it's a fit for your ongoing support and service.
All right, Missy, tell us a little bit about you, Executive Director at the YMCA.
Well, thanks for having me. I am the executive director at the Southwest YMCA. We are in the heart of the community, but the Omaha Y and the Metro Y serves 12 different locations as well as early learning centers. So we are anywhere from Twin Rivers, Valley, Nebraska, all the way to Glenwood, Iowa, and everywhere in between. And as executive director, I get to be a part of a building that is just the heart and soul of our community. We see everyone from itty bitty babies, 3 months old and up, where moms and dads are just coming in and getting back into their workout. So we get to take care of them in Child Watch. And then we have our seniors, and they're 80 and 90 years old coming in for their workout classes. And so I get to spend my day a little bit different every day and just hanging out with people and making sure they make a connection and finding fun ways for people to connect and build relationships with each other.
So much more than just the old come and swim and lift weights there. We are members of the YMCA. We always enjoy our time there. We were talking before we started the show. My 2 daughters know, I think, almost every pool in town at this point, and it's definitely something we enjoy. Days off, school days off, those sorts of things. So we appreciate everything that you do with the YMCA.
Yeah, the Y has gyms and swims, but we have everything in between. So thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So Katie, Share Omaha. Give us a little more background on the organization, maybe how you got involved and maybe some big things you have going on coming up here.
I have been really lucky to be involved with Share Omaha since its launch. We launched in January of 2019, and every year has looked different since as we adapt to what the nonprofits need, what the community is asking for, and become a more dynamic tool to meet all the needs for the 700 nonprofits that are a part of our member organization. One thing that we're really hearing right now is a need for volunteers. After COVID, after just people maybe retiring from past volunteer experiences and looking for something new, we're hearing that nonprofits need an average right now of 88 more volunteer hours per week.
Wow.
Per nonprofit. That's 2 full-time employees that some of these larger organizations, the man hours that they need to be able to operate optimally. So we're excited in this coming season to hopefully help spur some excitement and some contagious volunteerism, help people get connected to a fulfilling way that adds to their life of giving back time.
So one of the events is the diaper drive. Right?
Yes. So the diaper drive year round, the Core Bank has been a part of that diaper drive with Giving Tuesday. And that is something that you can always take part in for Nebraska Diaper Bank.
Is it just diapers, or do you take other items that are needed for babies?
So Nebraska Diaper Bank takes just diapers,
Okay.
but at Share Omaha, you'll find the wish list of over 300 nonprofits, and you can find exactly what they're looking for. And so if you do have a gently used item, or if you're hoping to gift a brand new item to a nonprofit who might need something, it's a great way to know exactly how your money is being spent and to visualize that impact that you're having in the community when you give.
So be it you want to donate your time, talents, treasure, or even items, I think your website's the place to be to really get those answers.
It's a great way to get connected.
Now, we're doing this specific episode, though, to kind of focus on Do Good Days.
Yes.
All right. So tell us a little bit more about Do Good Days.
Now, thinking about that gap in volunteerism that's happening right now, what if we can use these 4 days during National Volunteer Week? It's April 19th to the 22nd. So it's that Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or volunteer as a family. Get your corporation involved, get your youth group involved, get your neighborhood, coworkers. But we're hoping to use those 4 days to take time as your individual self, as your network, to think about what doing good means to you. And let's go out and serve in that way or give dollars in that way. But we are uplifting at shareomaha.org at the top banner. You can click there and see over 25 different ways to immediately sign up and get involved during those days. So though Share Omaha is here year round and promoting ways to do good year round, let's use these 4 days to excite more volunteerism in our community.
Light it up. Here's your opportunity. Don't miss it.
That's right. We're hoping to recruit 500 new volunteers.
All right, everybody, hear that out there. 500. So you and 100 of your friends sign up, and we'll knock that number out like that, right?
That's the goal. That's the goal. Spread the word about it. It's a great opportunity to test out a way of volunteering that you never have before and see if it's a good fit.
Now, I did a lot of networking. It's kind of my background. Actually, I traveled and did a podcast for it and everything. And I will tell you, the number one way to get someone to join you in a volunteering experience, or even how to tell people about it, is ask.
Yep.
Ask, throw it out there. Because a lot of times people want to,
yes,
they just don't know how to.
Yes.
Or, I don't have time. But this obviously gives you the opportunity to find when it works.
It's true. It's true. And there's so many personal benefits to volunteering. There's a lot of research around how connected you feel to your community, the mental health impacts, decreasing loneliness, things that are happening in our society right now. And let's use this as an opportunity to not only benefit us individually and as networks, but also benefit the nonprofits we're serving.
Mm-hmm. And do you see it's kind of been hard pulling people out of that, I don't know, home slump, if you will, in the last few years?
It can be, but volunteerism can also adapt. There are ways that you can virtually volunteer. There are grab and go volunteer opportunities. There are ways that you can volunteer on your couch and use your skills and get work done for a nonprofit. So even if you do want to stay home a little bit more than maybe you were pre-2020, there's still ways for you to serve.
I hope that just boosts some opportunity. I didn't even think of those. Missy,
Hi.
YMCA is involved in this whole little gig, isn't it?
They are. And we have a couple different. She just talked about the grab and go volunteer opportunity, which would be through our Healthy Kids Day, which is the day after those 4 days she just talked about. It's Sunday, April 23rd from 11 to 2. And we are still looking for some volunteers. It's handing out welcome packets or watching our bounce houses. And those are great opportunities for families or just a single individual to come out and help. And that's just a one-time volunteer opportunity. But then we also have ongoing volunteer opportunities like youth sports coaches. We serve a variety of kiddos. Over 2,000 volunteer coaches are needed for us to be able to help kids get into sports. And we start sports through age 3 all the way up through high school. And it doesn't mean that you have to be a parent or grandparent to volunteer for those coaches. I think sometimes people, they have a love of a sport or they were in a sport at one time. And so we do basketball, soccer, volleyball, we do baseball and softball, and we want to just look for people who have a passion for sports and are looking for ways to help kids love sports, right? I think right now youth sports is looking for ways to just make that connection. And it's such an awesome way to give back and look for volunteer opportunities. It's maybe 6 to 8 weeks at a time. You already love a sport and help someone else become a lifelong lover of moving and who doesn't love snacks? Right? Like that's all youth sports is, right? We play the game and we want the snacks at the end. So, absolutely.
The orange slices. That's what I'm all about.
That's right.
So what are some of the requirements to be a coach? Because, people will shut themselves down before they even know, thinking, oh, no, I don't qualify.
Yeah, that's a really great question. I think most people think they have to be a parent or a grandparent or directly involved in that, but really they just have to have a passion for the sport itself, or really just understand the sport. And if not, we have the tools to help them. They may go, oh, I've never coached before, or I don't really know how to set up a practice. The great thing is the Y has apps and we have coaching tools to be able to literally lay it all out for you. So it's really just coming with a good attitude and time to share that we can set you up to coach. And so the requirements are just as long as they are like 14 or 15, they have to be older than that. Okay. Can they get to the games? Can they get to the practices? But then it's also for retirees. We don't really have an age requirement after that. So they have to pass a background check and fill out an application and they're set to go.
What if they don't know how to play the sport? And I'm joking, not joking, but serious.
Right. I mean, I think there's sometimes that parents get logged into that, right? They're like, oh, my kid doesn't have a coach, or I'm not quite sure I want to help out. But we have an app. It's called Mojo. It's free. Honestly, It's free. It's part of a coaching process with that volunteer, and it gives videos. It gives plays. It gives color coded on how to set up the practice, what you need for each piece of equipment. So it makes it as easy as possible. You really, literally just have to show up. We give you a bag of equipment, and you just go with it.
I think there's some coaches that should get this app anyways, even though they think they know the sport.
It does. I mean, it shows plays. I mean, if you knew my son, he would want to print it out. He'd have this whole book. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Well, Core Bank has a bunch of opportunities that they've been pushing out internally during that time of the do good time. So I know there's going to be a handful, if not more, from headquarters and some of the other branches around, be it, given time allowed. With the branches, they have to be there to support on the front side. But I'm at headquarters, and so we're a little more behind the scenes on some, like the underwriters and things on those lines. So I know Core should have a pretty good showing for that week. Let's hope. And hope's not a plan. So we'll plan on Core having a good showing for that week then. Back to you, Katie. How can others support Do Good Days if it's not just the volunteering piece?
There are so many ways to do good. You could look at what doing good means to your family. It can be as simple as looking around your neighborhood, organizing a quick little cleanup. It can be writing encouragement cards to people in your life. It doesn't have to be with an official nonprofit, though we have a lot of ways to do good at Share Omaha. You could give the value of a volunteer hour. Say you can't get out and serve. The value of a volunteer hour right now is nationally equated at $29.95 per hour, which is amazing. That's the impact that you are giving to that nonprofit you're serving. So you could give gifts in that denomination. There are so many ways that you can do good, and hopefully this time inspires you to spend a little time reflecting about what you can do.
Over the years, because 2019 is when you said you started this. So over the years, have you seen growth? Now, I know 2020, so that might have played a little bit into it, but have you seen growth year over year, or does it kind of fluctuate a little bit?
Do Good Days has evolved every year with the needs of the community. Some years it's been more cash focused. And right now with this volunteerism focus, it's because the need that we're seeing in the community. Also, we do know that if you volunteer at a nonprofit, 60% of those people that volunteer are going to give a gift to that nonprofit in the next 12 years. this way of volunteering is a great way to build people who will financially support the organizations they serve in the future because they understand the work that they're doing. They've seen it firsthand. They know how their dollars can impact the mission.
Well, you have a passion. I can tell. And I think they've picked a great person to come and represent.
Thank you.
Missy, I saw your passion more, especially when we were kind of getting to know each other, because you even travel from Lincoln here to be part of the Y here. Well, as we kind of round this out, any final thoughts you want to throw out, be it for the Y? Is there anything we missed on the Y or do good days?
I think just to back up Katie, it's one of those things that people a lot of times come to the Y for a specific thing, but they stay for the mission. And it can be sharing their time, their talent, their treasure. And we really are in the heart of every community within the Metro YMCA and Metro Omaha. And so we want to make sure that we have places for everyone to come in the community. And so we hope that they come and try us.
Oh, reminds me of the song, the YMCA song.
It's a great one.
Get a good meal. Anything else, Katie, for you?
You know, I hope this is a time where we can slow down a little bit and think about what doing good means to us and be really intentional about the way that we're giving back in the community. If you are really busy during those 4 days, just a reminder that Share Omaha is here year round. Absolutely. If the itch to do good strikes you in June, July, August, pop on over to Share Omaha and find a way.
ShareOmaha.org, right?
Correct.
All right. So get your membership at the YMCA. If you don't have one, ShareOmaha.org. We'll give you all the ideas, opportunities. And again, it's not just going out and being a volunteer. There's a lot of things it sounds like you can do to be supportive in that area.
Exactly.
And every little support counts, right?
It really does.
Every little support counts. All right, everybody. Well, thank you again for listening today. If you want more information on the Core Experience podcast, you can go to corebank.com/podcast, or you can always email coreexperience@corebank.com. I'm Brandon Suba, your favorite DJ, doing this whole podcast thing every week. Well, we're like on a week streak, but I don't think we're coming out every week necessarily. But I look forward to talking to you on a future podcast.
Thank you for listening to the Core Experience, your connection to community, business, and the people who make it all happen. For more details, go to corebank.com/podcast or email coreexperience@corebank.com. Brought to you by Core Bank, member FDIC.